The Wyze Video Doorbell. Did Wyze get this terribly wrong, or did they hit another home run? Time to find out. Let's get digital. Hey, it's Andrew. Welcome. On my channel, I talk about all things tech, news, tutorials, and product reviews like this one. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I was not one of the early backers of the Wyze Video Doorbell, but Wyze was generous enough to send me this unit to review. As usual, all thoughts are my own unbiased opinions. So let's start with the obvious. Look at this thing. It definitely looks different than most other video doorbells out there. It's small, with the camera sticking out most obviously and protruding a bit. The button is right below, and this button is not a typical mechanical button, but you do get some tactile feedback when you press for clear confirmation. A square button is a bit atypical for doorbells, at least I think so. So it may be easy for some visitor to confuse which one is the button. It also has an LED light to light up the subject standing in front of it to capture color night footage. But it's not all that bright. But it doesn't really need to be, because your subject isn't going to be standing that far away. This also doesn't have color night vision like the Wyze Camm V3, so it's really not as useless as that Wyze Camm V3 Spotlight kit. When it was pre-order only, it went for 30 bucks plus shipping, but we're well past that, and demand has allowed Wyze to bump that price up to 45 bucks, potentially still a great value. The quirky design aside, the specs are somewhat attractive for that price. It records in 1080p full HD at a 3:4 aspect ratio, which just means it records in portrait mode as opposed to landscape. So you can see more top to bottom and less side to side. And of course, it is IP65 weather resistant for outdoor use. It does have night vision and two-way audio. And Wyze says it has instant notifications, although I doubt it's as instant as my old standard doorbell was. Like everything else Wyze sells, you do get free cloud recording, which you can upgrade with Camm Plus. If you're not familiar with Camm Plus, this is just a paid-for subscription service through Wyze that enhances some of the recording and notification capabilities. For example, it shortens the cooldown period so you can record clips closer together. It lengthens the clips themselves and introduces some AI-powered notifications such as person, package, or vehicle detection. Installing was pretty straightforward, and I'm not going to walk you through the install process because it is so simple. Also, the app does a really nice job walking you through everything you need to know. There is one thing some may not like about this though. This doorbell will not work with your existing mechanical chime if you still have one. Wyze does include some pretty straightforward instructions to disconnect the wires and use some of the included fuses to bypass it. Yet, this should not matter, and I'm going to tell you why. Instead of that mechanical chime, it uses these wireless chimes, which you can add multiples of these throughout your house if you live in a mansion, I guess, and can't hear your doorbell. As you might expect, you can also select from multiple chime options, and this thing is pretty loud. And remember those instant notifications? Okay, sidebar. The way they use instant notifications seems a bit sales pitchy to me. I mean, any notifications you're gonna get from this or any other video doorbell is gonna have to go through some layer of processing, likely in the cloud, which is gonna make this very not instant. But back to reality, I know maybe you don't have your phone on you all the time, but it is 2021, so most of us already have an Apple Watch or some other wearable that allows for notifications just like on our phone. Or maybe you even own the Wyze wearable like the Wyze Band or the Wyze Watch. My point here is these provide you with options that are likely better than hearing a chime go off halfway across your house. The options don't stop there though. Like the Wyze Cams and the Wyze Sense products, this will also work with Madam A. And because of this, you can enable clever things like a routine that will announce on all of your echoes throughout your house that someone's at the front door. Actually, it's simpler than that. You don't even have to create a routine. If you go right into your device settings inside your Madam A app, there's the option to enable announcements right from there and select which doorbell chime you hear. Allow me to demonstrate.
Someone is at the front doorbell.
On to more important things. How good is the video? I'm sure you're wondering. I'd say it's pretty good. Again, it records at 1080p full HD resolution, so video on quality is on par with, I'd say, the Wyze Camm V2, and maybe even the V3.
How about a quick audio test? Of course, this does have two-way audio, but I would not expect anything too great from this, as you can clearly hear my voice, and that's really all you need from a video doorbell.
And I think they got it right with the 3:4 aspect ratio. Again, this is just so that the video shows up in more portrait orientation rather than landscape, allowing me to see more top to bottom than left to right. This is ideally to capture any packages that are left under your doorbell. And I get it, this probably won't work for everyone. If you don't have a narrow entry like I do, you might prefer something that can see a bit wider side to side. This works for me though, because you can see more top to bottom than, say, my Skybell HD. Let's do a quick comparison to see what I mean. The Skybell, like most, uses the 16:9 resolution, which is more landscape. But when I get a package, sometimes you can't even see it because it's right below the doorbell. With the Wyze doorbell, it's 3:4 aspect ratio. Now you can see the floor, which allows me to capture my package and maybe even catch any would-be porch pirates. This is maybe not a problem that you thought needed to be solved, but maybe it was. And this is a simple solution. I'm gonna stick with the comparison with the Skybell HD for a second. This was my original video doorbell, and I chose this one over more popular options like the Ring or Nest because I didn't want to have to pay a fee to use the main features, like recording video. You know, the reason you buy a video doorbell. It also has a unique feature that the Wyze does not: quiet mode. I have 2 toddlers in the house under the age of 4, and this is a key feature that allows me to turn off the chime when, say, they're napping, so that they're undisturbed. And unlike the Wyze, the button on the Skybell is more pronounced than the camera, which can be less confusing to visitors. Back to recording video. The Skybell HD Wyze cameras, including the doorbell, will record to the cloud for free. And there's no obligation to subscribe to anything to record or enable notifications. You can upgrade, however, and that's where Camm Plus comes in. If you want to further enhance these features, Camm Plus comes at a cost. I like the idea of Camm Plus. It does offer some nice advancements in terms of notifications, recording lengths, and AI detection. But it goes against my principles of fees, so I can't recommend it. You see, I'm one that decides to choose my tech really that does not require me to pay a fee to use. Remember, we're replacing standard doorbells, which cost nothing to operate, and adding something in that has some additional features, and in my opinion, simple tech like a doorbell should not cost you a monthly fee to use. I will end that though with Camm Plus does offer AI notifications such as package and person detection, which could be very useful for your home security system if you're really trying to deter porch pirates or at least catch them in the act. I am testing out Camm Plus, so I can provide more feedback in a little bit. The Wyze Camm V3 I bought a couple months ago came with 12 months of Camm Plus for free, so this gives me an opportunity to give it a chance and see if it changes my mind. So far, it has been useful. And maybe it will be more useful for a doorbell because of that person and package and AI-enabled alerts. So maybe look out for a potential future Camm Plus video. In the end, I think Wyze got it right. I'm not going to call this one a home run because it's missing some of those nice to have features like quiet mode, for example. It's still fairly cheap at $45 and packs all of the features most of the competition has, with a few tweaks to make it unique. I like my Skybell, but since I have other Wyze cameras in my home, this also means I can consolidate my apps and have everything on a single pane of glass. For me, the app consolidation is the extra value here. That and the Skybells didn't integrate with my Madam A. Another nice feature. Of course, I left links to the Wyze Video Doorbell and some of the other devices mentioned in this video description, so you can go read about those for yourself. If you get any value out of this video, please let me know by hitting that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Stay digital, my friends, and I'll see you next time.